YouTube? What's up? I'm back. We got another one. This is actually Undisputed with Skip and Shannon, and they talking about the Cowboys. Get tired of hearing about the Cowboys, but I'm getting tired of hearing about the Cowboys, but but I know that Skip team, so we're just gonna see what they got to say about it, and then that's about it. All right, let's get into it.
Prescott celebrating his golden birthday this year. He turned 29 on July 29th. The Cowboys quarterback is comparing that to his on-the-field play this season. Dak telling reporters he plans for this season to be the golden year on the field as well.
Don't Cowboys say that every year?
Shannon, what do you think? Do you expect this year to be Dak's golden year?
No, I've got a pretty big, impressive resume. I've got a large sample size. 6 years is a pretty large sample size, Skip. And Dak, I mean, we got to stop this. Oh, he's a young quarterback. Dak has been a starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys for 6 seasons. And what we've seen is up and down. And that's it. I mean, let's not sugarcoat it, Skip. I'm not saying that he's great. I'm not saying that he's bad. But he's up and down every single year. He gets off to these great starts, and somehow he ducktails down. So that's what he is. And all this, I get it. You know, it's my golden year. You can say all that. Words don't impress me.
I don't.
And I'm just basing it on what I've seen from him over the 6 seasons is that starts hot, fades down.
That's why I like Shannon.
Fades down the end of the game.
That's why I like Shannon. He don't sugarcoat nothing. He goes straight to it. Like, bro, like Dak, chill out, bro.
A lot of what they were able to do last year, Skip, was predicated
it's not your
on
golden
the
year, my
defense
boy.
taking the ball away. Well, we got to go back to the early 70s to find a defense that led the league in takeaways in consecutive seasons. So the likelihood of the Cowboys taking the ball away as they did last year, setting their offense up in short fields or giving or stifling drives is not very good. So for me, I expect to see the same Dak that I've seen for the previous 6 years.
Same.
1 good game, 2 good games, 1, 2 bad games.
Yep.
That's what I expect. Up and down roller coaster.
They might win. They're gonna win their division
Before
though.
I respond
But
to all you just said
like he
into
said,
this question,
they're gonna choke in the
allow me to
playoffs,
get
like
this
always.
off my chest. Speaking of Dak Prescott, here's a recent quote from my man, please drop the mic, McCarthy, about Dak Prescott. He says, "This is Dak Prescott's offense, and I think you see him taking ownership of that because at the end of the day, defense wins championships, but the Super Bowl is won by the quarterback." Mike, let's see. Defense wins championships, but the Super Bowl is won by the quarterback.
So is the Super Bowl not a championship?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm confused.
Please drop the mic, please.
Yeah, that would make
Just
sense.
stay away from the mic because the more he talks, the worse it gets. And the more he tries to talk to the team, the less inspired the team seems to be. So please just stay away. Now back to the golden year quote. I was a little surprised that Dak uttered this quote, but he's getting a little more defensive by the interview because the questions he's having to answer are getting a little more pessimistic.
Yeah, because,
which is causing him to try to be overly optimistic.
I mean, it's his 6th season and he haven't done anything. They consistently lose in the playoffs. They get even when they get a bye week, they lose first game in the playoffs. Like they don't go nowhere. Like I mean, they have the right to press him. Like I'll press you too. It's your 6th season. What are you doing?
First time in his career. I've never heard him say things like this. And by the way, if the golden year, I'd never heard of this, but your golden birthday is 29 on the 29th, obviously. So I guess the best year of my life, my golden year was when I was 4 years old, because mine's the 4th. So I don't know. I guess I'm done. That was a long time ago.
But Skip, I thought golden was 50. Isn't golden 50?
I don't know. I'd never heard of this concept
I don't even know what golden
whatever.
year mean.
Dak is reaching because I think Dak is getting a little desperate because he's having to be more and more aggressively positive about how good he's going to be.
Yeah.
Because the questions are getting more and more aggressively negative from the Dallas media or the national media in any session that he's doing.
He's not doing that.
Because to your point, now we've seen a pattern evolve with Dak Prescott, hot early, and then slowly but surely fades down the stretch and goes from hot to disastrous down the stretch. And we saw it in 2019. He bet on himself against Jerry Jones in the contract struggle. And we saw it again last year. So I'm no longer sure about Dak Prescott. And just like we talked about Zeke earlier, I think this is a make or break career year for Zeke, where you
Yeah,
either got to
it
make
is.
it or you're going to get
I think it
broken.
is.
And
I
I'm
think
not
it
even
is.
sure you're going to be in the league after this year. And in Dak's
No,
case, to
I
finish
believe.
this off, this is a hot seat year for Dak Prescott, where that seat's going to get hotter by the game because, to your point, the schedule starts rough because you got right out of the box. You got GOAT in Cincinnati, albeit at home, and it stays rough for a little while because you got Philly early at Philly. And my point is, now you better get off to a good start and maintain it, or you're going to flip the script, or you're going to be cold early and then roar back at the end, because I haven't seen him roar back. So
No.
I'm not sure I need him to be the quarterback that I thought he was from the start, which is more of a 4th overall pick than the 4th rounder that he actually was. But this is a huge year with him feeling the heat for the first time, because Shannon, this is classic. Be careful what you wish for, because they got their money. They got paid. And as you well know, money can't buy.
Zeke and Dak are on the house. This year, they really gonna have to show like they worth that money, because Cowboys not gonna keep
because
Cowboys
you're
not gonna
have to
keep
back
paying
up
y'all, bro.
your $75 million that you made last year, the $40-odd million you're going to make this year. You're going to have to back it up on the field with that kind of performance. I'm not sure he's capable of it. I'm rooting for him, but at this point, it's hard to completely trust him.
But you and I have had conversations that we believe the Cowboys are worse off right now than they were when they ended the season, considering the losses, the Randy Gregory's. Okay, there's no Amari Cooper.
No.
We saw how Dak looked without Amari Cooper in Kansas City, Skip. He scored 9 points with 2 interceptions. No Michael Gallup to start the season. CeeDee Lamb is the only guy that's on the receiver that scored a touchdown in his career. So CeeDee is there. And I'm not overly certain that CeeDee is ready to be the number one, but we'll find out. We'll find out very early on how good CeeDee is with no Michael Gallup, no Amari Cooper.
Yeah, we'll see.
Zeke, everybody keep expecting this renaissance season from Zeke, that he's going to bounce back.
Yeah.
When we haven't seen that from a running back, and that's not to say that it can't happen, but based on history, we haven't seen a running back have a downturn of 3 consecutive years and pick back up and go back to where they originally came from in the first 3 years. And the offensive line, Skip, they just isn't as good as they once were. Zach Martin is phenomenal. He's still a top 2 or 3 offensive lineman, where he's probably top 2 at his position. He and Quentin Nelson from
I don't know.
Indy.
I think he's one, but go ahead.
Okay, I won't fight you on that. I won't even fight you on that. Tyron Smith, he's starting to slow down a little bit. Skip, these injuries starting to come with greater regularity, and they're starting to keep him out for longer periods of time. And the center position, you know, when Fredericks left, your running game all but disappeared because it hadn't been the same since.
Yeah. Ordinary at best is beyond.
Yes.
So, oh my God, I don't know, bro. Like, I'm not a Cowboys fan. I've never been a Cowboys. Cowboys just, I can't even speak 'cause I don't know who's in a division and stuff. I'm kind of just, my mind is kind of blank right now, so I can't even say what I want to say.
Yeah.
So
I don't want to.
when you look at that, when you look at the pieces that are around him, the pieces around Dak isn't as good as they once were.
But it's not looking
And
good
so
for Dak or
to
Zeke this year.
expect Dak
I ain't gonna
to
lie.
all of a sudden just take off and not have the ebbs and flows. Yeah, I get it. Now, he's not going to throw for 300 yards every game, Skip. But you can't have games where you don't score any point.
Exactly.
No touchdowns.
Yep.
And especially like the game against the Broncos. Skip, that's unacceptable. You're favored. You can't have a game.
Yeah.
Kansas City was right for the taking. Your defense played as good as they. That game,
great.
The defense played as well as they played all year.
Can't be
And
better.
All that. If Dak was what Jerry paid him to be, Skip, you win that game.
Yeah.
You win that one easy.
Easy.
Yeah.
I agree. So my fear is that I'm going to look back and say that Zeke made Dak in the big picture, and now Zeke's no longer Zeke. And I'm
So
fearing
Dak is
that
no
I'm gonna
longer
look
Dak.
back and say Amari made Dak in 2018 when they
He
acquired
did.
Amari at, as you know, at midseason, and they took off. And now I'm thinking the
Where did
offensive
Amari Cooper
line
go?
made both Dak and Zeke, and it's just not the same unless you tell me
not.
Tyler Smith's going to be a perennial Pro Bowler starting this year at left guard, segueing to left tackle. And Mel Kiper would vehemently disagree with that assessment. So all of a sudden, Jerry is effectively saying to Dak, remember, he told him at the press conference after they made their deal, and Jerry looked sideways at him and said, I overpaid you. He did. He overpaid Dak Prescott. And now Jerry's saying, okay, it's on you. You got it. I'm going to put it all on your shoulders because we're not nearly as good at receiver. We're not nearly as good in the offensive line. And we're definitely not nearly as good with our starting running back. So it's on you, young man. I paid you. Now show me what you got. And in the end, when Mike McCarthy says defense wins championships, I've already told you, however far my team is going to go is going to hinge on Dan Quinn's defense featuring 11 from heaven.
Yeah.
That's going to be the side of the ball.
Defense going to be,
carry
for the Cowboys, defense is going to really.
Jerry is telling Dak, you need to do this because they need receivers, and there are a couple of out there that could possibly, help.
Yeah,
but he's like, nah, we good.
You do it. You do it. Here we go. Hot seat.
They say the quarterback make the receivers, right? Okay, Dak, go. I'm paying you $40 million a year. Go make them. Go make the Noah Browns. Go make the Jalen Tolbert. Go make them. Go make them something.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, bro.
We will find out.
That's crazy. That's scary. I don't feel bad for him, but like, dang, bro, the Cowboys is not looking good. The Cowboys not looking good. That's the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. Check me out on Twitch and everything. And that's the last video for today. So I'll see you guys in the next session.